With Boston's Mayor Marty Walsh in the OTR Pub Quiz. Question 3. Libertarian Gary Johnson and Green Party nominee Dr. Jill Stein will not be included in tomorrow night's debate. What criteria did they fail to meet in order to be part of that forum?
I think they have to hit 15% of the threshold.
Incredibly correct.
Yes.
I don't even know where I was going with that one. Question 4. Ronald Reagan's reputation has enhanced in a 1980 pre-primary debate when he shouted at the moderator, "I am paying for this microphone, Mr. Green." That was a quote from Ronald Reagan. Where did that famous debate moment occur? Here's a hint. It's here in New England.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it was here in
New
New
Hampshire.
England. Nashua. Do you get half a point for that?
I was just going to say.
Not even.
No, New Hampshire.
You
You
gave
got
it-
one.
that was
All
a
right,
giant
well,
hint.
whatever. Okay.
Was that 5 questions?
That was 4.
4.
We're going to move
We're
on.
going to let you off the hook.
Oh, God, okay.
Tomorrow night, everyone in the political world will be sitting in front of their TV sets, and they're going to have their popcorn there. I assume you will as well. Take off your Clinton for President button just for a moment here and tell us what's the magic formula for getting voters to connect with you and, more importantly, to get voters to like you as a politician.
I think you have to, both candidates, or one of the candidates tomorrow, both have to be able to lay out a plan in 90 seconds. And I think it's going to come down to who they believe in. This election to this point has really been about personality, and it's about, on one side, one-liners, on the other side, the Clinton campaign talking about policy in great depth. I think they have to shorten up their speeches here and try and be believable, but also lay out a plan. I think that at some point in this presidential election, the insults and name-calling has to stop, and I think that they have to move forward with how they're going to move the country forward.
There's been a little bit of a conversation about the role of the moderator. Does the moderator correct a candidate if they're giving information that's blatantly false? Is that the responsibility of the moderator to come in and say that?
It really depends.
To clarify for
I think it
voters?
depends on the debate. I think if they start going into that, what's going to happen? The campaigns are going to criticize each other for the moderator being one way or the other. And I think that there's a lot of afterwards. There's a lot of conversations, a lot of commentary after. I think it's the people supporting each of these candidates to be able to have those debates afterwards.
So it's really the responsibility of Hillary Clinton to clarify anything that Donald Trump that she feels is wrong and vice versa.
Yeah, and because I don't think it puts the moderator in a fair position. I think if it's completely outrageous and completely not true, I think the moderator can intervene there.
Can you just imagine the television viewership for that
my
that
God.
event? By the way, it's live right here on Channel 5 tomorrow night, so you can watch it here. All right, in the time we have, it's from 9 to 10:30. By the way, if you're planning your life tomorrow, let's run through the ballot questions real quickly, and we're going to go. We'll go backwards from 4 to 1. I know how you're going. I believe I know how you will vote on the marijuana question, but on question 4, what is your
Voting
opinion?
against vote no.
But you're voting no on that. Go ahead, Janet.
Number 3 is farm animal containment. Do you know about that one?
I have not taken a position on that yet. I have not learned enough information about it. I've heard, the way it sounds when you talk about allowing the animals to be freely run around the farms, sounds like the right thing to do. When you talk to the industry and other people say the cost of it would be unbelievable for people.
So you don't know how you're going to vote on it?
I have no idea how I'm going to vote on
Let's
that.
talk about charter schools. Question 2.
I'm voting no on charter schools. I am a charter school supporter. I am concerned about the funding and the financing to increase charter schools. I wish, and I've asked the legislature, both through testimony, I'm going to ask them again in January.
Afraid its effect on public on the
Raise
rest of the public schools?
Raise the cap.
Raise the cap.
But deal with the funding mechanism.
Got it.
This ballot question doesn't deal with the funding mechanism.
You've heard the ads there. The folks that are supporting the charter school
Yes.
things say that all schools, including public schools, will get more money. Is that blatantly a lie?
I don't believe that's true at all.
And finally, the last one, slot pollers. Another slot poller.
Against it, we have a slot. We have a casino coming to Everett, this region. There's no need for another slot parlor right now. There was a lot of controversy around that. The legislature passed a law. I don't believe Suffolk Downs, the folks at Suffolk Downs, even want it. So I'm voting against that.
You chatted very briefly about your re-election a little bit earlier. So not ready to make an announcement here?
No, I think I've said that I'm running for re-election on 4 or 5 different places, and every time I say it, it's another announcement.
We know that you had an internal poll that came out this past week showing that your approval rating and job performance was well over 70%. Does this give you confidence that no one's going to run against you?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I just feel good of where we are. We did a poll, internal poll, and we did a pretty good assessment throughout the community, and our numbers are pretty strong throughout the whole city of Boston. And we just want to make sure we monitor that, just to keep an eye, just to see if there's areas or neighborhoods in the city that I need to do more work in. And right now, I feel pretty good going into an election season, but anything can change in a day.
But you're still keeping money in that war chest just in case,
We have
aren't
a
you?
few,
Building it.
We have a few
building it, I
dollars in
should
the
say.
war chest.
All
just
I
in
want
case.
you to do is take that same attitude to Big Papi and convinced him for $35 million. Come back for one more year.
All we
See?
need him for half a season.
Just
You
half a
take the
season.
first half off.
Take the first half
and
off.
just
Come
play
back
the
one more
second half.
season. Our thanks to Boston's Mayor Marty Walsh for joining us this morning. Greatly appreciated. Ahead, the great debate.